Hello everybody, my name is Marlo and today I'm going to be sharing some tips with all of you on how I stay motivated to play survival Minecraft. It's quite common for players to lose motivation for their survival worlds and start again and again in a new world. In my opinion, it's much more rewarding keeping a single world for a long period of time. Hopefully today I'll be able to shed some light on how you can go about doing that. I think a big problem a lot of players have is biting off more than you can chew. When you start a new world, you have tons of ideas of what you want to build, what farms you're going to make, so on and so forth. It's all very exciting, but can also be a little bit overwhelming. I would recommend just pacing yourself and trying not to tackle them all at once and get it done as quick as possible. Instead, just enjoy the process. So let's say you've got some plans to build your survival base. Maybe before you get started, you could list out all of the features you would like to add to it. That way it's split up into lots of different smaller projects instead of one big project, and you can focus on one at a time. Something you may also want to do is work on multiple things at once. Instead of only ever having one project on the go, you can have multiple. This just gives you options. So if you don't feel like working on a certain build or farm, you can switch it up and do something else for a while. Don't feel like you have to start and then finish a project without moving on to anything else. There's really no point if you're not enjoying yourself. Which nicely leads me on to my next point of customizing the game to what best suits you. It can sometimes feel like there's rules to playing Minecraft, which there isn't at all. It's a sandbox game, which quite literally means there are no rules and you can do whatever you want. So for example, if you're struggling with mobs and you want your experience to be, let's say, a little bit more peaceful, then switch to peaceful mode or just lower the difficulty a little bit. Or you may find that certain aspects of the game can be frustrating or unnecessarily grindy. This is when data packs or crafting tweaks can be a really big help. I'm going to recommend Vanilla Tweaks, which is a great website to get lots of those things from. I actually use a couple of data packs myself, mainly for convenience. One of them is double shulker shell drops, so when I'm end raiding I get more shulker shells than I usually would. It just makes my life a little bit easier. But there are plenty more over there that can improve your way of playing without it feeling like cheating. That, by the way, cheating, is something that I think is good to stay away from. Now, obviously, bend the non-existent rules a little bit to your liking, but don't do something like switch to creative mode and spawn in a bunch of items, because doing that in the long run is going to kill your motivation, especially if you make a habit of it. So even if you're working on a project really far away from your base and you forget a couple of things, try to fight the urge to spawn them in instead of taking the trip back. I know it may seem really easy to do in the moment, but once you start doing that, it may not be so easy to stop. Now, I would consider myself a builder. That's the main thing I do in this game. And sometimes I want to play Minecraft, but I just don't feel like building anything, so I go and do something different. Maybe it's a farm of some kind involving a little bit of redstone, not too much though. Or I go on a bit of an adventure and see what cool stuff I can find in my world, even if it provides no real use to me. Sometimes I just really feel like a grind where I can sit back, relax, watch some videos on the side or listen to some music and just do something repetitive for a while, resource collecting, digging a hole, that sort of thing. So if you're feeling a little bit burnt out on whatever it is you're working on, go and do something you don't try all that often to switch it up whilst your motivation comes back. I think that is a good thing to remember when it comes to motivation in general. If you feel like you're losing it, the best way to get it back isn't usually to carry on doing what you're doing. It's to take a break. So make sure you pace yourself in your survival world. Don't try to do too much all at once and step away when you feel like you need to. Losing inspiration is a big motivation killer, and it can be really hard to think of some more ideas once you've finished all of your current ones. Now, I'm not going to spend too long on this point because I've actually made a video all about how to find inspiration in Minecraft already on my channel. I'll try remember to put it in the cards, but there's a good chance I'll forget. You should be able to find it pretty easily though. Regardless, I thought I'd give you the shortened version. My favourite ways to find inspiration specifically for Minecraft building are Pinterest, Instagram, or simply Google Images. You can also watch YouTube videos to see what other people are doing, or even use real life as inspiration for what you could build. There are some other ways mentioned in that video, but those I've just said now are the main ones. Something you can also do which can really help you to stay motivated is sharing your creations with other people. There are many ways you could do this. You could, if you wanted to, start making videos like I do. Even if barely anybody watches them, I still think it's a great way to keep yourself motivated and to have much more of an interest into your world. It kind of adds another layer to playing Minecraft. Back when I started my channel, no one, and I mean no one, would watch my Let's Plays, but that was okay because recording and creating videos made it much more fun. That may not be for everybody, but if you like the sound of it, I'd recommend just giving it a go. You never know what's going to happen. I certainly didn't think I'd be in the position I am today. So maybe becoming a Minecraft YouTuber isn't something that particularly interests you. That is perfectly fine. There are plenty of other ways to share what you've made. You could post your creations to Reddit or somewhere else online to show off what you've done and maybe get a little bit of feedback. You could even simply send it to your friends and see what they think. Better still, you could play on a multiplayer server with some buddies and build a world together. Sometimes single player can get quite lonely, so having some company can be a great way to keep you wanting to play. I just have one final tip to share with you all, and I think it's the most important of them all. Don't compare yourself to others. In all aspects of life, I guess, but specifically I'm talking about your Minecraft creations. It is so easy to look at what other players are doing in the game and compare it to what you've done and then feeling kind of rubbish about yourself. This is a feeling that everybody gets, no matter how quote-unquote good they are at Minecraft. I put that word in quotations because you can't really be good or bad at Minecraft, at least not where building is concerned, I don't think. But there will always be someone or something that you think is so much better than you or what you've made. And I know this because I get comments of people telling me that, but at the same time, I look at a lot of other Minecraft YouTubers that I watch and I think, how do they do it? And I'm willing to bet those people think the same about others and so on and so forth. It's a never-ending cycle. All I try to do is use it as motivation in a healthy way, whether that's taking tips and ideas from them and then going on to use it in your own creations, or even just appreciating it for what it is and focusing on what you're making without the comparison. So there we go, everybody. That is how I stay motivated to play survival Minecraft. I really hope this video was helpful for all of you and that you enjoyed watching. Thank you ever so much for doing that, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.